Namaste and welcome to Astro Yoga Shala. It's been a while since I've been recording a video. Yeah, I just haven't been feeling prepared enough. It's been a lot of things going on, and today it's November 2nd in 2020. And I looked at the date. I think it was like the 20th of April when I did the last video. And it was in the preparation, the moon was waxing to become full. No. Wrong. It wasn't waxing. It was actually balsamic. And it was getting ready to become a new moon in Taurus, in the sign of Taurus, in April. And what happened was that new moon was in conjunction with Uranus, okay? And a lot of things happened right after this also. Many of the planets, the big players like Jupiter and Saturn. Oh my gosh, you can't really see them so well, but I made these stones. Anyway, these planets, the big players, and Pluto went retrograde, and then Venus went retrograde in Gemini. I mean, it was so many things happening. We had lockdown all over the world. And what's been going on? Yes, Mars came into Aries and went retrograde. And I mean, he came in there in August to stay for 6 months. He's still there and he's retrograde. And right now we're in the middle of the Mercury retrograde. It's quite funny that I want to do a video after such a long time on the Mercury retrograde, but I have Mercury retrograde in my chart. So I am actually enjoying Mercury retrograde. I feel like, thank goodness that everyone else is just having, as difficult time as me in the world. I mean, things are not like so from point A to point B. And I have Mercury retrograde in Pisces in my chart. So, I mean, we all experienced that in the beginning of the year. But now Mercury has been retrograde. He started retrograde in Scorpio, and now he has retrograded back into Libra, and it's very, very exciting. Before I put on this video, I have all these stones. I love these stones. We talk about Mercury, right? That I made because for me to connect with the stones and connect with the symbols, it's very healing to work with these themes, and letting your fantasy, your mind, just to travel. I don't know, you can't see this so well, but anyway, when I did this, I couldn't find the stone when I took them forward today, because I made this a while ago. I couldn't find Venus, and I was like, where's the Venus stone? It's, I always keep them together. So, and then I realized, she's in Libra, and in Libra, she's concerned with someone else than herself. So Venus is concerned with someone else than herself. She's very much want to engage with others. But this is a very, very tricky thing, because right now also Venus, she is opposite Chiron, the wounded healer in Aries. And Chiron, he's the wounded healer. It's like the wound that you have that doesn't necessarily heal. Did I say that? But it doesn't necessarily heal. It is, and it's about self-identity, healing the self-identity, how I am perceiving myself, in the world, how I present myself, and how I feel that others look at me. And I mean, it's all about solar plexus. I mean, come on, how many of you have not had a little bit of an issue, since this summer with your, maybe your the way how you digesting things. And I'm not talking only about food. Nervousness, maybe a feeling of nervousness around your solar plexus. It can also mean that you're not digesting the food properly. So there's many things that's been going on, and I'm all over the place. Of course, it's Mercury retrograde, but this is the thing I wanted to come to. We just had a full moon in Taurus. So I started talking about, like, the last time I did video was right before the new moon in Taurus, conjunct Uranus. And now we had just had the full moon in Taurus, you know, on the same day as the Halloween, Samhain. It's like we're reaping, you know, the benefits from, you know, the cycle that we already went through. And we're kind of like already at the same time treading into the new cycle, and we have no idea what this is all about. And that's why I've been feeling like today I've just felt like, oh, come on, you are never, ever, ever going to feel prepared to share, you know, your gifts. Never, ever. So really, in a sense, oh, well, of course, sometimes you can feel prepared, but not during a Mercury retrograde, Mars retrograde, all the big cycles that we have been like shifting. And that is the Uranus thing. I think it's so nice to come back to this. 6 degrees, new moon in Taurus in spring, with everything locked down, and it was like Uranus. And I think that I haven't even done the research about what happened in the news, but we all know April, Mars, April, May, you know, all of that. And then the summer. Now, what's happening tomorrow is the November 3rd, the election in United States of America. Moon just entered Gemini. Let me just share my screen. Why not? And we just look at the chart instead. Let me see here. Share computer sound. Share. Let me see what we can do here. I pulled up a chart, you see, before I started. I need my glasses. So moon, of course. She's at 0 degrees Gemini when I'm doing this video, and it's like I'm a Gemini rising, so I'm being like, bring the moon to me. Bring me something, you know, like I just felt to do this right now, to share something with you. And this is the thing you see here. The sun is at 10 degrees of Scorpio, and we have Uranus at 9 degrees in Taurus. The moon has moved on, but she was here, and that was the full moon conjunct Taurus again. And let me say, Uranus has only moved 2 degrees because he moved after that new moon in Taurus. He moved forward, and then he has retrograded back to 8 degrees. And actually, today, Venus in Libra is called for some action. That's probably why I wanted to do this video right now, because I'm called to action by Uranus. They have a communication, an inconjunct, almost exact. It's coming up to it. Venus will have to move a little bit further, and then there will be, you know, and it's kind of like we have an urge, something like, I need to act. So what's going on really? We have Mars opposite Mercury, having a conversation, also Mercury having a conversations with all the big planets in Capricorn, Jupiter, Pluto, Saturn, and they are squaring Mars. I mean, come on. What kind of energy is this? And they're right now on the ascending. What kind of a conversation are they having? They are having a loud conversation, but they do not agree. It's conflicting energies. It's a conflicting energies. And what does Mars wants to do in Aries? He is running backwards, or like running on the treadmill, like, you know, been retrograde for a while right now. And, you know, he will go forward in approximately 2 weeks from now, a little bit less. So he is still like, you know, processing. It's an inner process of like wanting to move forward. And all the big planets here, they just like, nope, we're closing the borders, we're getting more restrictions, we're even going to imply some new laws. I mean, there's so many things. And then we have Mercury in Libra, justice. I want to speak my mind. Hello, so this is a loud conversation. Mars is screaming over to Mercury like, oh, it wants to do something. And of course the sun is in Mars's home sign of Scorpio. I mean, we have to look at Mars when the sun is there, and Pluto, of course, but this is very interesting. And what is going on right now is that we don't have all the facts. And so there's a lot of knowing in the air, like kind of like we're grasping on what can I know? What can I know? What can I know? It was a very special energy Saturday on the Halloween and Samhain full moon in conjunct Uranus. I mean, there were like shifts in thoughts, in shifts in the mind. I mean, Uranus really wants to change things, like reverse the direction on something. I've been hearing stories. I mean, even like 2 of my girlfriends like had unexpected sex. I mean, come on, this is, the sun in Scorpio and moon and Uranus getting together, and it's electric. It's like it's electric, and so it makes you this electric shock that you get. Is like you want to do something like you never done before. You want to try something new, and it's and it might just also be that either you were out and you were really maybe connecting with someone, could be someone depending on what house it is, an intimate connection, or another important connection, like talking a lot about future, exchanging ideas, having like, insights that really shifted something inside of you. That could have also have been, and also just connecting with where you have been. I mean, connecting deeper with maybe ancestry, thinking about the ones who has passed and what legacy they left behind. Maybe someone was watching a movie about, like old, about cultures or societies and structures and how they moved forward, a group of people, I mean, it could have been, and this energy is continuing. I mean, if we kind of feel like we want to move, but it's not the time yet because we don't have the information yet. And even though the election is tomorrow, I really don't see any results coming out of it. It's like the message won't get through. I mean, there's so many, and I've seen on social media also many people are like feeling like, you know what, I can't be quiet anymore. I need to speak up. I need to bring this to light. You might have this like, but we're not quite there yet. But tomorrow, Mercury will station. And this is interesting. On the election day, you could feel like, oh my God, Mercury is stationing, going direct. I mean, things will be back to normal, but no. We have to understand that it takes some time for Mercury to, he will be still. He will be still the whole week almost. I mean, you will feel it the whole week, Mercury being still and being still in this, this constellation with like Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn. Like, it's kind of like we're in a limbo. I mean, nothing will happen. And one of the things is that also, after a week, maybe you will start to feel some kind of a movement forward. But then again, he will still have to, when he comes into Scorpio, oppose Uranus, and we will receive even more information. And the thing is with Uranus, it's like thinking outside of the box, and we're not there yet. It's like you have not been triggered to get that idea yet. Or maybe you have the idea yet, but you don't know exactly how to take the next step, or how to start, how to initiate, or how to continue, and how to get rid of, or whatever it is. Turn around, you know, open yourself inside out, open up this area, let the heart come out. Being on the outside a little bit, you know, at moments, of course, we have to protect ourselves. Yeah, so what I want to say, yeah, Mars, we can expect Mars going direct. I think it's like the 13th and the 14th, and the same with Mars. It won't just be like, oh my God, Mars is direct. It will, you know, take a week or so before we start to feel it. And, you know, and having also Venus move through Libra and then come into Scorpio, I mean, she will be a little bit more investigative. And she will oppose Uranus. How exciting. This is so exciting. It's exciting. It is, you know, one thing that I've learned in my life is that excitement is the opposite of fear. And someone told me that, and I just like, wow. Yeah, I took it to heart. And whenever I feel I'm moving into the unknown, I don't really have all the information, and I might not even feel ready or certain of who I am or how I should present myself and what my role will be in this new experience that is approaching. You know, whenever I feel fear creeping in, because we all have it. First, we have to admit that we have it, but we all have it. And when it starts to creep, I'm like, okay, where can I find excitement in this moment? And this is something that I really encourage all of you also to take to your heart, that how can I find the excitement in what is actually approaching? I mean, it's like, it is what it is. I also truly believe that, we don't have to screen share anymore. It's okay. I truly believe that, I lost it. Oh, wait. Yeah, I truly believe that if you feel that the world is going in some kind of a wrong direction right now, you know, first of all, everything is constantly changing all the time. I mean, you know, that's it. Your breath comes in and out. And if you know, just being mindful of your breath, you will experience the change of the breath, of course. I mean, everything is changing, period. This is life. And sometimes changes are quick, like a Uranus transit, like poof, explosion, and we just feel like so electrified. We're like, oh my God, you know, you feel it. But sometimes change is slow. And it's like if you are too much in your mind and too much in your intellect and not aware about what's going on inside of your body, not even aware of your breath once in a while, then it will be very, very difficult. But these subtle changes that goes slow for a very, very long time. I mean, you have to consider this. In January, we had the Saturn and Pluto conjunction. Yes, Saturn and Pluto was, oh my God. Saturn and Pluto conjunction. It was the 12th of January on 22 degrees of Capricorn, right? I mean, like right now, let me see here. Pluto is still at 22 and Saturn is at 26. I mean, like he's only 4 degrees away. Sometimes astrologers counts a 5-degree orb for a conjunction. I mean, these are slow moving planets. So you know, they have not like gotten so far from each other from that conjunction. And I mean, Jupiter has been there, you know, back and forward with Pluto, coming up to meet up with Pluto again, as Jupiter is in direct motion. And I mean, Jupiter is some kind of a messenger, global messenger, you know, who will, you know, this message has, you know, it's wide, it's huge actually. It really expands. The story expands. That's the message of Jupiter. Like we don't know the full picture of this conjunction yet. We might feel that it's like, yeah, it's COVID and blah blah blah, but we do not know really what is going on. And whoever says like, I know this, I know, because right now everyone feels like, if I feel that I don't know anything, I mean, it's like saying yes to losing the control. So I do not know anything about the future. I do not know anything about the future. But so far, I'm here, I'm now, my heart is beating, my breath is coming in and out, and we are many who are awake to the fact that we need change. Okay? So there's so many people on the planet right now who is like, I don't know what's going on, but I do know for sure we need to change. So we're fine in a sense, because we're many people who wants to change, but we want different kinds of the change. So we have to, you know, but what we don't know, you can't grab it yet. And so this is what I want to say, is that the stars, the wandering stars, the light, the cycles and the phases are saying that we don't have the information yet. Don't make huge plan and like set them into stone just yet. We're heading into a very exciting 2021. Very exciting because as Saturn and Jupiter will come into the sign of Aquarius at 0 degrees and meet up there and start a new cycle. Not only that is happening for the next year, I mean, an energy that we do not know anything about. I mean, we do know some things about it, but we don't know this exact conjunction in Capricorn with, you know, Pluto in the involvement, like everything that's going on in the sky right now. We do not know about anything like this. What do I want to say? Yeah. So once they come into Aquarius, we're going to feel a shift of energy, because then these planets who has now been in a kind of like, you know, in sign trine with Uranus in Taurus. I mean, some ancient astrologers sometimes looks at, you know, the aspects through the whole sign. But now they're going to kind of come into with a square with Uranus. Saturn, first Jupiter and then Saturn will square Uranus in Taurus. Oh my goodness, this is going to be very, very, very exciting to see what will shift. So Uranus, I mean, so think again, like when we have Uranus transits, maybe you had a personal Uranus transit right now, or maybe, you know, of course, we all had Uranus transits somehow in our chart throughout our lives. And when you look at that, it's usually something like, you know, afterwards you will be like, oh my God, like everything changed that. Or I got an idea and I did something really like strange for me, you know. I've hear people have falling in love with people that, you know, they like, it was very wild. I wouldn't, you know, he was not the first pick, or she was very different from all my other girlfriends, and, you know, something like that. Or you try out something new, or you suddenly move, you know. I moved. You know, since I can tell you that new moon that was in Taurus, conjunct Uranus, I met one person for the first time who invited me to a place where I now live. I mean, that's like a Uranus kabam. So things like that could shift. And sometimes we don't not really aware that we just had a transit or something. I think astrology is so fun to look at these things. But anyway, that was it for now. I'm going to try to make more videos. But my main message right now for the transits is hold your horses. You do not have all the information. You do not have all the information, and tap into, you know, the subtleness of the energies right now. Oh, it's so subtle. You know, very good time for meditation today and tomorrow when Mercury stations direct. I mean, what messages is Mercury going to give you? And follow Mercury now, going back, you know, through Libra, you know, the end degrees of Libra, squaring Saturn, and then coming back into Scorpio, getting an opposition like again from Uranus. I mean, this is exciting times. I mean, seriously. I mean, there's exciting things going on inside of you because of the movements of the planets. So check in, and in the evenings, check up. Go out and look at these amazing planets, lights, the wandering lights, the still stars, you know, wherever you are. You know, if you can only connect with the sun and the moon, sun in the day and the moon in the night, and just feel where they are, even though it's foggy, you know, like just connect and feel their blessings. Know that everything is as it's supposed to be right now. We are part of a movement, and the movement through this very, very vast universe. And why don't we just enjoy the ride here, you know, and feel excitement over that? That even though there are difficulties in being in this vessel of being a human being on this planet with so many other billions of people with billions different of views, and we're all different. We all have our, you know, unique signature. I mean, isn't it amazing that we're still here, you know, and we have all the opportunities in the world to make a shift so that everyone can thrive on this planet, everyone. But remember, our small little brains, I mean, like, come on, we only use a couple of % of our brain capacity. I mean, we're not going to solve this with our minds. So tap into a different frequency by going out into nature, you know, hug a tree, look at the sky, you know, doesn't matter where you are, put your bare feet on the ground. I live in the northern part of the world. I mean, I live in Sweden, and I spoke to a girlfriend. She's like, yeah, every week I jump into the lake, you know. I mean, we're getting to winter here, and I just, you know, she's like, this is a cold country. I'm here, but I'm here. And I connect with the nature wherever you are. Wherever you are. And even if you can't, you know, if you're in lockdown and not supposed to go out, you know, plant some seeds in your house, you know, and make it grow inside. Yeah. And connect with your spirit and mind and soul through meditation. Connect with the people that you really love and care about. Remember, we are a big family, and you can always extend your little family to make it bigger by also each and every week try to speak to someone that you never spoken to before. Try to say something nice to someone who can't return it. You know, like maybe send a love note to someone, whatever, you know. Let's do this life on this planet exciting. Okay, many, many blessings. Mwah. Namaste. And please, please, please share, like, and whatever. Subscribe to the channel. Bye.